Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and my 12-year-old informed me this morning that he has hidden all of his Halloween candy so that I can't eat any of it while he's in school. These kids, they think they're creative and know how to hide things, but I once hid things myself. So bet on this horse, not the 12-year-old. Okay. Fruition Productions has announced that XRP Unleashed Atlanta premiere has sold out. The tickets will be held at Will Call, the lobby at the theater you booked. Bring your ID to match your order. Detailed email will be sent out. All right. You can go to fruitionproductions.com to get your tickets. You can either pre-order XRP Unleashed or you can order tickets to the screenings. So far, LA sold out twice. They got 2 theaters sold out there. Boston, there's still a few tickets, but not many. Boston, New York, and Washington, everything else is sold out. Atlanta is sold out. Houston is sold out. And Scottsdale, I think, may have sold out twice as well. I don't expect any of them are going to have any tickets left before it's over. Egrag Crypto is giving us one of his updates. This is the part I want to focus on. If XRP reaches $17, a typical bear market could bring it back around $3.50. An 80% retracement consistent with historical drawdowns. Closing above $3.50 isn't just a number, it's a critical level structure. Critical level structurally. This could form XRP's next foundation zone where accumulation or ranging may resume. $17? I'll take that. All right. Here's this is CNBC talking about Microstrategy stock.
Case to watch is Microstrategy, surging in the month, up around 45% in October. The company also announcing it plans to raise $42 billion over the next 3 years to buy even more Bitcoin. That is basically the public equity play on Bitcoin maximalism. That has been for a while. All right.
Equity capital markets, alive and well.
If you look at the Microstrategy chart, this thing right here screams to me to stay away from it. I mean, I don't really invest in stocks now, but I've done a lot of it over my life. And this stock was basically a big nothing. And then all of a sudden the CEO says, hey, we're going to buy Bitcoin and we're going to borrow money to buy Bitcoin and we're going to do this and do this. But doesn't do anything around what the company actually does, which I don't even know what the company does. Something having to do with tech. But everything you see from here to here has nothing to do with what this company does to make money. It only has to do, I mean, I don't even understand why they did it in this company. Why didn't they just create a company for the purpose of buying Bitcoin? This whole situation reeks to me, to be honest. James Filan says the Second Circuit Court of Appeals has entered an order that SEC brief must be filed on or before January 15th, 2025. So the SEC must file their appeal before then. Okay. Now, there's this right here. I was listening to this. Patrick Bet-David does a great show, but I was listening to it yesterday while I was working out. And he had this this guy that used to be at the State Department named Mike Benz. And in the conversation, Mike Benz basically says CIA or 3-letter agencies, State Department, it's kind of all the back and forth same thing. If you listen to this 2 minutes and 17 seconds and do not realize that social media, it doesn't matter what it is, folks. Social media, your Facebook, your all of them, your AI, most of crypto is a government operation, 3-letter operation, military operation. Why?
I want to begin with technology because there is a belief here that technology is the key to geopolitical power. Well, perhaps it is. But let's first discuss technology. So, for example, this is an iPhone. You must have many of them. It's obviously a useful tool, and you have no idea of its history. I will now tell you its history. The cell phone was developed by the United States Army in the 1970s. It was first deployed by the US Army. So your cell phone is a military tool. The microchip was commissioned by the US Air Force to fly the F-14 and also cruise missiles. GPS, you've used that to find your way around. So did the US Navy, which commissioned the building of the GPS squadron so its submarines could know where they are. There's, of course, the camera. We all love the camera. I don't, but my wife does. It was developed for space satellite so that the film did not have to be dropped to Earth. It took pictures that could be transmitted as data to Earth. And of course, there's the internet, without which this wouldn't have any place, which is developed by DARPA, Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, to move information from one point to another quickly, so we didn't have to mail it. In other words, to understand the technology of this age, you must understand the geopolitical requirements of the United States, the military that it created, and the technology that it created as well. So you cannot look at the cell phone, the iPhone, the very cute little thing, the camera and everything else, without understanding its military origins.
Boom. Exactly. You've always heard that blockchain technology started with DARPA back in the day. Exactly. I encourage everyone that's an American to go and listen to this video at Patrick Bet David. It's right here. You can click on it. Start at the 10-minute mark if you want to understand what's been going on in your country. There are evil, bad people that have been trying to take this country over from within, and this guy lays it all out. And they're still trying to do it, by the way. All right, this right here, I wanted you to see. This is an institutional guy talking about what's going to happen in the coming months.
Yeah, the indicators that we follow on-chain and short-term sentiment indicators have been so bearish in the past couple of weeks. Now we had a little bit of a rebound, but I think the coming months, this is going to explode. And the beauty and the interesting fact about crypto is like you have to be prepared because most of the returns are done in only 6-7 months. So in a little have to be deployed. Yes. Yeah, that's right.
It's time in the market rather than timing the market, like with everything else.
All right. I don't know what this conference. This may be. I don't know if this is the Meridian conference or what. But anyway, here's another guy.
2025 will be the year of stablecoin adoption. And this will be a trigger point for later tokenization of funds.
There you go. 2025 is the year.
CC,
Now, this will make you want to throw up, but everybody needs to hear it because this is the truth. These pieces of crap, Gary Gensler and Senator Warren, have been responsible, excuse me, for trying to destroy crypto, and you need to hear this.
Because I think the U.S. is messing things up for the rest of the world, essentially.
No, quite. Gary Gensler is like the worst SEC chairman in the history of the SEC. I mean, I got in trouble because I said, if you look like Jiminy Cricket in real life, you would take it out on the rest of us. And somebody got mad at me because it was like an ad hominem attack, and so I had to take it back. So I retract that statement.
Except for he just said it again right now.
But I do feel that way. I mean, I just think the guy knows better. I was with a gentleman earlier that works for Credit Agricole who had him as a professor at MIT, and he was pro-Bitcoin. He was pro the blockchain technology, and due to political expediency, And I know what happened because I got my 11-day PhD in Washington scumbaggery. Okay, so let me explain to you exactly what happened. He was hanging out with Sam Bankman-Fried, and Elizabeth Warren, who was a law school professor at Harvard, was hanging out with Sam's parents, who were law school professors at Stanford, and they were very close. And there were meetings that were inside these offices, which were scheduled, and you can use Freedom of Information Act and see the meetings. And then there were many meetings outside of the offices, and they were very close to giving Sam margin approval on his exchange. And about 5 or 6 weeks prior to getting that approval, Sam blew up, and he's now spending 25 years in jail for fraud. And in order to eclipse that activity, they went super, super hard at the industry, right? It's like Caesar's wife. I've got to have clean hands. I can't look like I'm part of the murder. And so I'm going to go super hard at the industry for absolutely no reason. He knew better. He knows that this is an important industry for the United States, but they did this for their own personal political survival. And I got to tell you, I absolutely hate politicians like that. And
so do I. Now, I think Anthony Scaramucci's in bed with all of them. So it's not a coincidence that these people, the same people, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Ethereum, they go to it's the whole media narrative, the whole media Wall Street machine. Then the same group of people go to Solana, and now the same group of people, you're starting to hear them whisper about Sui and some of these. That's not a coincidence. This is a marketing machine, and they all follow each other, and they all get their talking points. All right, in DAIXRP.com, here's what I'm gonna show you a wild story. This one was one of those where I sat up and I was like, what? I'm gonna show it to you. I'm a digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family that here we go.